It's so weird. And I'm 6. Here we go.
All right, so today I'm going to take you all through the history of One Direction, starting with their time on the X Factor, then to their skyrocketed world fame, and finally their very tragic ending. So as you can see, One Direction consisted of 5 boys: Louis Tomlinson, Niall Horan, Liam Payne, Zayn Malik, and Harry Styles. And they all auditioned for the X Factor in 2010, but were sent home at boot camp originally until Simon Cowell decided that he wanted them to go through to the live performances as a group. And I have this on video, lucky for you, very tender moment.
As the rejected acts start to leave, the judges request 9 people from the girls and the boys categories to return to the stage.
Zayn, Malik, Liam Payne, Harry Styles, Sophia Wardman, and
Thank you so much for coming back. I know, judging from some of your faces, that this is really hard. We've thought long and hard about it, and we've thought of each of you as individuals, and we just feel that you're too talented to let go of. We think it would be a great idea to have 2 separate groups.
We've decided to put you both through the Guys, this is a lifeline. You have got to work 10, 12, 14 hours a day, every single day, and take this opportunity. You've got a real shot here, guys.
So,
All right, amazing, beautiful moment. That was actually on July 23rd, 2010. So they went through to the live rounds, and why isn't it full screen? Sorry guys. Okay, so they went through to the live rounds, but they actually lost in 3rd place. But once again, Simon was like, no, these guys are really good. So he signed them on his record label, Psycho Records, and they did the X Factor tour, and they had a huge following. They hadn't even released an album yet. This is just a couple months before they even released their first album. They were doing some promo, and it's pretty crazy. Get the idea. That was basically what it was like for the whole time. They finally did release their first album in November of 2011 in the UK, and around that time they signed a record label with Columbia Records in the US. And then they went to the US to do some radio promo, and they opened for the band Big Time Rush. But when they were opening for Big Time Rush, most of the audience was actually there just for One Direction, so they'd like leave after the opening act. And Big Time Rush actually said in an interview with J14 magazine that it sucked touring with One Direction because everyone was there for them. So that is kind of sad. But so 2012 to 2015 is what I like to call the golden age of One Direction. That's when they released their next 3 albums: Take Me Home, Midnight Memories, and 4. By they also released their movie This Is Us, directed by Morgan Spurlock, and that did really well. But in 2013, they made an estimated $75 million, which is the second highest earning, and they were the second highest earning celebrity under 30, according to Forbes magazine. They're also the first band to have their first 4 albums debut at #1 in Billboard history, which is crazy. And their Where We Are tour for their album 4 was the highest grossing tour by a vocal group in history. So it was really good until it was bad. Zayn Malik left One Direction March 25th of 2015, and for many people, this was a tragic day in history, as you can see. Fans were devastated. He had already missed a couple dates of tour, and then he finally released a statement saying that he was leaving the band and he just wanted to be a normal 22-year-old. So this was the beginning of the end for One Direction, but the band continued the tour without him. They recorded their final album, Made in the AM, without Zayn, but they never toured it. When they announced the album, they also announced that they'd be going on an 18-month hiatus, but it's almost 3 years later and they're not back, so I think they lied to us. They've all gone solo now, and they've all gone in very different musical directions, but their record-breaking legacy lives on in our hearts, and I just want to leave you with the fact that One Direction has sold 50 million records worldwide, according to the Modest Management website. And if that's not a testament for the power of teenage girls on the internet, I don't know what is. Thank you.